Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to some more Endless Scrap Mechanic, and we're back in Scrap Mechanic Survival Mode, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm not exactly sure what I should be doing in this world. So before I even get started with this video, let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions for things that you would want to see in Scrap Mechanic Survival. I've got an idea for a new survival series as well, and I might start that in the near future. Now, as for today, I am going to be trying to build my mech leg system in survival world. Now, if you haven't seen it, I've got a video where I did a tree harvesting mech that uses a really cool walking system, and I'm not sure if it's going to work in survival mode. Now, I'm going to leave a link up at the top corner there for that video if you want to check it out, and you can see what mech legs I am talking about. But in this video, I'm going to be building it one thing at a time, step by step, so you guys can follow along as well. So this is going to be kind of like a tutorial, but it's also going to be me testing to see if it's going to work in survival as well. So let's get started with these mech legs. I'm not going to do the full mech system. This is just going to be the leg part, and maybe I might try and turn it into something else. But let's start this off with our inventory here. I've got everything I should need for just the leg system. I'm going to be using scrap metal to build with. I've got two controllers. They are both level 4 controllers. That's in case you are doing this in survival and not in creative mode, of course. I've got a couple pistons as well. I might need to upgrade those for their speed. And then I got a couple little short pipe pieces. And then I have 2 sets of 6 bearings. Now, these sets of bearings are for the legs themselves, and then I also have 4 more bearings over here, and these are going to be used for the suspension glitches. We're going to have suspension glitch for the turning, as well as suspension glitch for the stabilizer. Now, the question is this going to be enough in survival mode? Apparently, the stabilizer glitch doesn't work as well in survival, so we're going to find out about that. And then I also have a switch and a seat and some pipe pieces and stuff to kind of just put it all together. So I'm going to put some metal there. I know we're going to need the seat pretty quickly as well, so we're going to start with that. So let's just get the lift going here, and I am going to place a platform down, and we're just going to pop a seat down as well. And I do know that we're going to want like a border around the entire seat, just like so. So now once we have our seat and platform, this is where we're going to be able to move on to our pistons. What we're going to do is we're going to place a piston right here beside the seat, and then we are going to put another one on the other side. And of course, we're just going to throw a couple blocks on that. Now, once these blocks are in place, we're going to put our pipe pieces down. Now, I actually went and crafted a couple more. I realized I needed 4 of these. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pop a pipe piece down on each block there. And this is where we're going to grab some of our bearings. I'm going to put a bearing here and here. And then I'm going to put another pipe piece down with another bearing. Now, the reason why we are putting so many bearings is because we are going to want like a lot of strength in this bearing movement so that we are, able to walk as properly as possible. Now, from here, I am going to extend this down by 4 blocks. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on this side here, 4 blocks down. And we're probably going to want to just lift this up a little bit. And now you can see we are starting to get a little bit of legs going. All right, so now I'm just going to lift this up a little bit higher, and I'm going to put the inside bearings here. So this is kind of like the farthest point on the side of the leg. And now what we're going to do is we're going to bring it back inward. So I'm going to pop those blocks down, and now I'm going to grab some more of my bearings here, and we're going to pop some bearings just like so. And then what I like to do is I can just like extend this up like this. Now, the beauty of having those pipe pieces there is that you can have blocks next to them and they won't get stuck or anything like that. So it kind of just creates the illusion that it's more of a filled in leg component. But now we have this center part right here with our block and the 2 bearings on either side. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend that to 3 blocks long. So there we go. We now have 3 blocks here. Oh, the scrap metal is actually kind of useful because it does kind of section off per block every now and then. But now from this point here, we are going to put more bearings. That's right. Obviously, we're going to be making a whole bunch of different joints here for these legs. And now I'm going to extend these ones by 3 as well. And you can see we're slowly getting towards the ground here, and we're Gonna be pretty much moving on to the feet at this point. So now with these final 4 bearings, we're gonna go in here on either side, just like so. And then we're gonna be able to grab another set of blocks just like this here. We're gonna put them down by 3 thereabouts. And now this is essentially the final portion of the building in terms of the legs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some, you know, I guess we could say these are feet, but this is pretty much what we're going to be using as the foundation for feet, and obviously you can make them look cooler, add all sorts of details and stuff, and make really cool mechs. Now at this point though, if I drop it off of the lift here, you can see that's a pretty weak mech, isn't it? But it actually made me realize something. I forgot to do something here, and this is probably relatively important. You got to put a block in between these upper sections right here, and this is just so that we can weld these together, and now we have a nice, strong, sturdy foundation where both of these bearings are going to be working together. There we go. We'll do it on that side there, and now, okay, once we drop this down, you can see, okay, now this part of the leg doesn't collapse the same way. So obviously, that is a very floppy-legged mech at the moment, so we're going to need a couple controllers, and that's where these 2 controllers that we had at the beginning come into play here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place these controllers down right here on the front. Now, this is very similar to the way I had it set up in the tree harvesting mech, so we're going to do the same thing right here. And the reason why I have 2 of them is because there's just so many connections going into... Oh, wait a second. I just realized something. I used too many bearings. Uh-oh, okay, I gotta fix this here. So these bearings here, this is where, you know, years of experience comes into play, guys. You still make mistakes. I gotta get rid of those bearings there, and I think what I should be able to do... Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to just replace this block, and I'm just getting rid of the bearings, but I'm gonna make this joint exactly the same. So here we go. Just grab that, weld it right there, grab this, weld it here. And yeah, we need these 4 bearings, and these 4 bearings are for the suspension glitch, so it's a good thing I caught that before I started wiring everything up. So here we go, we got the controllers now, and everything's in place. So what I like to do is I'll just put the piston onto the first one, and then I'll just do the inner and outer like that, move down, we'll do the inner and outer here, and then we'll go all the way down to the foot, just like so. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side here. We're going to make that piston number 1, and then we're going to go across like this and connect all these final bearings on this side here. Now, what I like to do for the mech is I'll just go on the left side of the mech, and I'm going to make sure all of these bearings are rotating clockwise from this viewpoint here. So we're going to rotate that one. Those ones are good. And get both of these. So now at this point, when I drop the mech down, there we go. You can see it is now capable of standing up. Now, the weight is probably going to be really shifted to the front at the moment, and that's because I like to put resource collectors on the back, and I think I should have an extra one kicking around here somewhere. There we go. I got a resource collector. I'm going to use this as a counterweight on the back. If you're making a mech, though, you might not want to use a resource collector. Maybe the intentions for your mech go beyond harvesting stone or anything like that. Now, this is interesting. I'm putting the resource collector down, and you can see here, these pistons are not very strong. Now, I wonder, maybe I need to upgrade them. Maybe upgrading these pistons are going to strengthen them up, because I do believe that being able to adjust the speed and stuff like that does make them stronger. So I suppose what I should do is grab some component kits. I don't know if I'm going to have enough here. I'm just gonna grab all of them. I think I got like 40 or so, and hopefully that's gonna be enough for 2 pistons. But now the question is, if 2 pistons isn't enough, then I might have to grab even more. Okay, no, you know what? I have plenty of component kits. So I think what I am going to have to end up doing is doubling up on those pistons. Yeah, it's still drooping down. So it's really important that that doesn't happen. So I'm going to craft 2 more pistons, and I'm just going to basically combine them together with that system. All right, here we go. I've got 2 more pistons. I'm going to upgrade them. I don't have enough, do I? I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay, I need 4 component kits. All right, looks like I got to go get some component kits, guys. Make sure you have all of these available. All right, back from my adventure. I think I got like 7 component kits, which I think should be enough to finish building this mech leg system here. Let's take a look. Okay, so this one's good to go. Let's finish that one off. All right, perfect. So now I need to... Oh, man, this looks so funny, the amount of sag that's going on here. So we're going to add 2 more pistons, though, to strengthen this up. So what I should be able to do is just grab both of these pistons here. We're going to hop up on top of the vehicle, and we're going to put a piston there. We're going to put one there. We'll stick a couple blocks on it, and then we're just going to weld these together like so. Now, the thing is, you could probably use a lighter material. Right now I'm using metal, and obviously this collector is extremely heavy. So maybe if you're using something lighter, or if you're not intending on using a collector in the mech, you might not need to use the double piston, but I think that should have strengthened it up enough, maybe? Okay, no. It's kind of droopy. It seems like the pistons aren't as strong in survival mode. So I'm just going to rearrange these a little bit. I'm going to disconnect the first piston, and we're just going to end up having them set to like 7 and 8, which is not a big deal. We're just going to have to go down a little bit lower in the list. But now, everything should be in place. I hope these pistons are going to be good enough. Well, I guess we haven't added any suspension glitches yet, so I suppose the first thing we should do is add some of that. So let's add the turning one first here. Let's get our suspension in there. We're going to need some bearings, and we're also going to need those elbow pieces. Now, I like to put the turning one directly under the seat here, somewhere like very central to the mech. So we're going to go under here, and maybe starting from back here, we're going to open up this space just like so. And now you can see we're underneath the seat. So I'm thinking maybe we can put couple bearings here, and we're gonna place those corner pieces there with our double pistons. Now, okay, I got an empty space here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go on top of this, and I am going to fill in that gap right there, like so. And I can probably just get rid of that section for now as well. And I think the collector can probably just go up a little bit closer. Now, at this point, though, we're gonna want this on the lift. And now we're just going to place a couple blocks across just like so. And that should be enough, anyway, to turn this. I don't know. I guess maybe let's see if this is actually enough to turn or anything. Oh, whoa! Okay, well, that's working really well. I just got to rotate those bearings the other way. Okay, well, it seems like the suspension glitch is working extremely well for the turning, and we're not even walking or anything yet. Let me just do a quick test. What's it going to be like on the ground? Because right there we were on some metal. Oh, wow, that is really good. And look, it's really stable as well. It doesn't seem to be falling over at all. But now that we have our turning set up for the suspension glitch, we're going to want the stabilizer as well. Now, I'm going to grab my paint tool really fast here, and I just want to paint right there. Okay, so this, it's kind of tough to see with that scrap metal block, but this is going to be the section here that we need to kind of remember is there. So you know what, I'm actually going to replace this. I want to put that back again, just so that way we don't accidentally build on top of that or anything. And then from here, this is where we can place our stabilizer. Or you know what, actually, I should probably just place this directly behind our seat on that place that's already there from the suspension glitch. So let's just kind of build that up right here. And then we're going to extend this a little bit higher. This is probably going to be brought down, or, I mean, maybe we might leave it like that as well. So now that we've got this in place, though, we can just pop down a couple bearings. I guess we could probably just put them right down here, nice and low. We're going to grab our next elbow pieces and put them upward like that. And now I'm just going to hop on the lift so we can get a better view of those. We're going to grab our next 2 suspension pieces because we're making some more suspension glitches. And then from here, we should be able to just kind of build... Actually, this should be on the lift for this here. We're going to need to build up across these ones here, like so. And then if I just place some more blocks down like this, and then weld them together, that should stabilize this thing. So let's see now. Let's clear the area, and we're going to hop on here. Is it stabilizing it? I would say it is. This really looks like it's stabilizing it, doesn't it? I guess the best way to find out now is to start getting this thing walking. Now, I tried to memorize this as best I can. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. I don't even know if these are going to be enough pistons, because at the moment, There's 2, and it's drooping a little bit, so I don't know how much more weight. Like, if I go here and just kind of, like, add some more weight... Okay, it doesn't seem to be losing anymore, but I guess we're gonna just wait and find out. So, let me see here. I think, if I remember correctly, these all need to go a certain direction. So, I'm gonna be starting this off... Okay, no, that's the wrong side here. Okay, I gotta try and remember this here. Now, I just realized something, actually. I can probably get away with, maybe putting, like, a little section up here like this. Now, this can be really useful for when you're doing things with, controllers that you know, you don't want it on the lift, but you also want to be able to see it happen in real time. So, we should be able to just kind of start working with our legs here. Now, I think what I did before was that was 30... And then these ones go in that direction, yeah. And then I guess we're gonna do one more set of 30 like so. And there we go, and now we have our flat foot. Okay, it's relatively flat. And on this side, we're gonna have to do the opposite, I believe. So let me see, is this gonna be red that way? Okay, yeah, there we go. And then I think we're gonna be going 30s this way. All right, there we go. Yeah, so it's 30 in the red and then 30 blue, and then on this side here we've got the opposite. So now let's drop this back down and let's just make sure this is all level and ready to stand. Oh, there we go. Now I think if I remember correctly, I believe it should be as simple as just going in like 60 in the opposite color or in the opposite direction of your starting angle. So if I go 60 like this right here, I think the best thing to do is actually just kind of make sure we test it along here with the switch. Now I might end up just going and referencing the pre-existing build that I already have just to make sure I don't do it the wrong way here. But we're going to attach this switch to both of these controllers. And now let's just press 1 and see what happens. Okay. I mean, yeah, that seems to be the appropriate motion that we want here. Now, I guess one thing we might want to do is set the speed up a little bit more, like that. Alright, I was having an issue, and I realized that I think some of the welding changed the way these bearings interact. It's kind of weird sometimes. The rotations don't match up the way you think they would, based off of the direction that the bearing was welded. So that's something to be attentive to. You might have to adjust some of your bearings to get them to properly like rotate themselves. So now I have everything in place here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete the sequence here. So we're going to go back in the opposite direction again of our original setting here. And then we'll go over to this one. And we're going to set this up as well for the first one. So again, it's going to be 60 to start with in the opposite direction of your starting point, just like this. And then we will complete it by going back again 60 in the other direction yet again. So we'll do that all for the final ones here. Now, if I remember correctly, we're going to want this piston set here to go up first, because that's going to be bringing the foot forward, and this is going to be the foot that's lifting the whole body up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to want this to go up to 2 right away. And then when it completes its motion, it's going to drop back down again, so that way it can become the foot that drags. And then over here, we're going to do the opposite. So it's going to stay at 0 to begin with, and it's going to do its movement. And then afterwards, we're going to want this to go up by 2 as well. And then here, we're going to want to loop both of these controllers, just like so. And I think, in theory, that should be everything we need to get this mech walking, assuming everything is set up properly. So let's just do our first preliminary test here before the sun goes all the way down. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, hit the switch. Okay. It's kind of doing it. It seems like the suspension glitch... The suspension glitch is not really doing a good job keeping us upright at the moment here. Now, if we turn, though, yeah, turning seems to work. But, yeah, you can see the pistons are working, but the entire thing is tipping over. Now, there might be a bit of a solution to that. Now, I'm not sure if maybe I should be setting the suspension levels higher. I don't know if that would maybe have anything to do with stabilizing this thing. But I just think that suspension glitches in survival mode, they just don't work quite the same way. But there is one more thing I want to do, though, and that is I want to get both of these upgraded so we can go full speed. Because if I set this one to a faster speed than the other one, I can imagine it's going to get really out of sync. Yeah, look at it. Okay, but you know what? Oh, wow, there's a big difference. Okay, hold up. I am going to go and get a few more component kits. I really underestimated how many component kits I was going to need for this. I'm going to go get some more because it seems like the speed at which the walking happens makes a huge difference in, like, how much time the suspension glitch has before it has to fail. So let's hop into the vehicle. I'm going to go... Oh, my God. I'm going to get into the seat. I'm going to go get some more component kits. That's what Scrap Mechanic's all about, baby. All right, I'm back. I've got some more component kits. We're going to upgrade this one here. We're going to set that to fast as well. So I wonder, is this going to be the difference? Is this going to make it work in survival mode or not? Here we go. Let's try this out. Oh, yes. This is better. This is way better. Okay, the bearings are way weaker, though. Look at how... Okay, maybe there's something wrong. Maybe I have something wrong in the settings there, but this fixed it. It's working. We've got a really weird step right now. That right foot is not flattening all the way, but look at this. We've got ourselves a little walker in survival mode, and it's going pretty quickly, pretty smoothly. Okay, well, I'm really happy. Turns out you need max upgraded controllers for the speed so that you can move and have enough time for the suspension glitch to act, you know, before it fails, and then it tips over. So there we go. We have a successful set of mech walking legs. Look at this. We're going to step on the metal podium here. Oh, yeah. Do a little strut on the podium. And we're able to turn around pretty easily. Look at this. This is so cool. This is working way better than I was expecting, and it's all because of the controller. So there you have it, guys. That is the Mech Walker system in survival mode. I tried putting the resource collector on this thing, and it was way too heavy. It seems like the suspension glitch is not nearly as strong in survival mode as it is in creative mode, which is unfortunate, but I'm surprised I was able to at least get something working in survival mode, and like I said, this works great in creative mode for those mech legs. Super simple setup, really easy to build. Obviously, took a little bit more work here to get it working in survival mode, but nonetheless, I'm super happy with it, and I hope you guys did enjoy this little build. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with these mech legs. It's too heavy to put a resource collector on it, so I don't really know what I might do with it. Maybe I could turn it into like a battle mech with some spud guns or something. Let me know if you have any ideas, though, for these mech legs down in the comments, and let me know if you end up making anything with these as well. So much fun, lots of different possibilities. So guys, if you did enjoy this video and this episode of Survival, then let me know by hitting that like button. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And if you want to tune in for some more Endless Scrap Mechanic, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, and maybe even turn on some notifications so you get the latest and the craziest coming from me in Scrap Mechanic. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be seeing you in the next one. So bye for now.